Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure review. Okay, to begin, these are figures I recently acquired on eBay. They're from the Hellfire Club box set. Now, that was an exclusive Marvel Legends set, and I can't remember if it was something that you had to buy on either Hasbro Pulse or if it was like a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Either way, I passed up on it when it was first released. And recently, with my obsession with creating a complete team of X-Men Reavers villains in the Marvel Legends scale, I really needed a Donald Pierce action figure. So I went hunting around on eBay until I found one. And I came across one, but it was being sold as a set with Sebastian Shaw right here. So these two figures come from the box set. I can't remember if the box set included 4 figures or 5. I want to say the box set also included Emma Frost, the White Queen, and also Selene, the Black Queen. There might have been a 5th figure, but like I said, I didn't purchase the set, so I have no idea what the complete contents were. So for me, just getting the Donald Pierce figure was a big deal because I needed to complete my Reavers. And in the near future, I'll go over that. I've released one video on some custom Reaver figures I made, but I wasn't happy with those customs, so I went back and redid them. And during that process, I became obsessed with this completing out the entire Reaver team. And in the near future, I'm going to do multiple videos highlighting that because it's a project I'm really excited about, and I really want to share it with you in the near future. So yeah, I have Donald Pierce here to help round out my Reavers. And you know, the eBay seller was selling this as a set of 2. So I also got Sebastian Shaw, which is a character I'm very fond of, especially recently over the last 2 years. He's been a very instrumental character in the X-Men comic books, especially more specifically the Marauders comic book. I really love his place in the Quiet Council. I love the dynamics and the relationships he has with some of the other characters like Kate Pryde and Emma Frost. He's a very complex character, and for me, this is such a cool thing to have. Alright, so let's get started. Like I said, you know, this comes from the box set, and I don't really know what I'm missing, if I'm missing anything in terms of these specific characters. The seller was selling these figures with a couple of accessories. So I'm assuming these are the accessories that came with the box set, you know, that were specific towards these characters. I'm really kicking myself for not buying the box set because I wouldn't mind actually having a old school looking Emma Frost. But, you know, I could live with the modern one. It doesn't bother me that much. And I actually made a custom Emma Frost some time ago, and maybe I'll share that on YouTube one of these days. Alright, so on our left here we have Donald Pierce. This is Donald Pierce from way back when, from during the early 80s when he served as the White King of the Hellfire Club. You know, their costumes are very, I believe, Victorian in design. You know, you can kind of see here with the ruffled scarf right there. For a second, it almost looks like a bib. Like maybe he's going out to eat at like Red Lobster or something like that. I like the face sculpt. I think it's a very unique head. I believe this is the first time we've gotten this specific face. I might be wrong, but I think it looks kind of cool. So in the comic books, Donald Pierce, he's the leader of the Reavers. This is post Hellfire Club, and his powers are, he's pretty much just a cyborg. You know, he tinkers around, makes robots, you know, modifies humans to become like part machine. And this is a really, really nice looking figure. The sculpting is great. And I'm really impressed with this costume also because, you know, for example, let's say that, you know, you're into customizing action figures and you want to make something very like oddball and strange or very unique or even historical, You know, you could probably use this base body for a custom if you wanted to make like Ben Franklin or like John Hancock or George Washington, because it seems like this style of clothing would fit within that era of like old Americana. But yeah, let's get up close. Really nice face sculpt, as you can see right here. You know, under the right lighting, the shadows, it just creates a very interesting look. In some ways, he kind of reminds me of Willem Dafoe, the actor. You know, it's not like a spot-on likeness, but I think there's just something about the jawbones and the cheeks, and especially the mouth, that kind of reminds me of Willem Dafoe. I love the sculpting on his vest. There's some texture to it, as you can see. The scarf here, it's pretty nice. I like that a lot. And so this is all one solid piece. The jacket and this vest. It's not separate. And if you lift up the scarf, you can kind of see they're making a reuse of the suited body, because there's the socket right there for the necktie, but this just kind of covers over it. So chances are the upper torso might be the same one used on like the Loki body, or even the pants right up till here. This might be actually the Loki body, or the body they use for like some of the suited characters, like I think like Nick Fury. I like the lapel, how his lapel is up like this. Nice detail on the buttons. I kind of wish the bicep cut here wasn't so gappy. It's not very seamless. It's, you know, the gap's kind of like an eyesore, but I don't mind it that much. As you can see, this is a kind of an older design with the exposed pins. He has this cuff here, which I believe might be a glued on piece, I think, with the ruffles around the wrist. Let's get this into focus. There we go. Yeah, so I believe this part of the arm and sleeve might be reused from like some of the suited bodies that we've gotten in the past, but this cuff here with the ruffles, this might be new, and it looks like it might be glued on, I think. The pants, I believe, from here to the waist might be old, but I think this part here might be new. And he has the much older looking shoes. There's a chance these might be new also. There you go. As you can see, there's like a gold buckle on the top. Long socks. So in terms of articulation with this guy, his head rotates. Does he look down? Wow, surprisingly, this guy could look down. He could count the cracks in the sidewalk. Does he look up? Not all that much. His arms rotate. They go out. Bicep cut. Double jointed elbows. Wrist articulation. I'm not sure if there's an ab crunch or not. There might be, but if there is, the vest is kind of getting in the way. Waist swivel, legs kick up. It's very standard in terms of articulation. There's a part of me that feels like at some point in time, if they're not working on it now, maybe in the near future, but I have a feeling that I wouldn't be surprised if Hasbro is rethinking and redesigning, you know, their idea of the premium action figure. Like right now, the premium action figure from Marvel Legends is a 6-inch scale figure, but I really feel like on the opposite end, McFarlane Toys, they've really raised the bar for what, you know, collectors expect from like a premium collectible action figure. And with the McFarlane figures, you're getting like a 7-inch scale action figure, and those things are so ridiculous in terms of the detail and the figure engineering. At least in my opinion, I kind of feel like Marvel Legends has kind of hit a plateau, and in terms of like technology and in advancements, it's not progressed that much, you know, over the last few years. And there's just a part of me that kind of feels like at some point in time they're gonna have to say goodbye to the Marvel Legends and reintroduce, you know, a much more premium action figure with a whole new range of articulation and engineering. You know, that's just my opinion, but we'll see. Like I said, you know, at this point in time, Marvel Legends on the Hasbro end, they just kind of feel a little dated. They're still fantastic action figures, but every time I handle a McFarlane figure, I feel like I'm looking at the future, you know, and these things, they just kind of feel like they're kind of just stagnant. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just kind of feel like they're not really progressing as far as they could. So yeah, here's Donald Pierce, you know, does everything they should do. Yeah, so if you're looking to like fill out your Reavers, especially with the upcoming which ones they've given us Skullbuster, they've given us Lady Deathstrike. You know, if you have Skullbuster with a head swap, you can make Macon or Reese. And then we have Bonebreaker as the build a figure in the near future. So if you're looking to build like a Reaver team, you kind of need this figure, even though it's not technically the right era of Donald Pierce. But he does come with some accessories where you could kind of like modernize them a little bit. He comes with cyborg hands, as you can see right here. I'm sure these are probably reused from some other character. And then I'm not sure if these are the accessories that are meant to come with the figure, but these are the ones the eBay seller gave me. Here are two pistols. Very sci-fi in design. These look like something that you could like easily just use for like your G.I. Joe Classified series, especially since Classified series kind of uses like sci-fi based weaponry. You know, it's not really realistic. Okay, so that's enough about Donald Pierce. On a scale of 1 to 10, this guy's an easy 8 to 8.5. You know, he looks like the iconic old school version of the character. Love the head sculpt. The base body's great, especially if you're a customizer. And moving along, we're looking at Sebastian Shaw, the Black King of the Hellfire Club. And as you can see, it's an identical body. The only thing is this repainted. This guy's suit's blue with a red vest, same scarf, same body, gray pants. So the articulation is going to be the same, nothing different. Even the shoes are the same. But I do like the head a lot. Sebastian Shaw, he has a very, very unique face. You know, he does have the pork chop sideburns, much like Wolverine, but he has a much more receding hairline with a pointed top, and then even has the short ponytail with kind of like the bow. So this is a very iconic look for the character. Now, if you want a much more modern take on Sebastian Shaw, you know, you can just do a head swap, take the head off, and put it on like a modern suited body. You know, something along the lines of like, you know, the Professor X body, or like the Nick Fury body from the MCU. You know, this, you know, that's the kind of suit you want to go for if you want to do a modern Sebastian Shaw. But this one's great. You know, it's iconic look in the Hellfire Club. You know, great head sculpt. The likeness is pretty much what he looks like in the comic books. You know, very, very complex, sinister character. And he's one of my favorite characters, especially in the first run of Marauders. I think he's awesome. You know, he's always conspiring, and, you know, he always has ulterior motives towards everything. And so for this guy, the alternate accessories that the eBay seller gave me was just a pair of fists. You know, this guy comes with open hands, and, you know, if you want, you give him fists. Especially with his powers. His power set involves, like, energy absorption. So, you know, if he takes, like, a blunt force to him, or if he takes, like, some sort of kinetic energy aimed at him, he absorbs it, and then he kind of rechannels it, and it kind of, like, amplifies his own strength and his own speed, and it brings up his endurance. He's like an energy sponge, you know, so if you punch him, he absorbs that energy, and he punches harder. Alright, so yeah, great set of figures overall. You know, I think I'd rate this guy equally the same as this one. So if you have the complete box set, you know, way to go. You know, that's something I kind of wish I purchased back when it was made available. But do you need these figures? It depends. If you're much more a completionist of like the modern X-Men, these might be something you could kind of like take a pass on. If you're like more OG and you're about the X-Men from the, you know, the early or mid 80s, especially during like Chris Claremont and John Byrne's run, you know, you might really want these in your collection. And if that's the case, I would suggest going on eBay and just, you know, just buying the complete box set. You know, looking back, I don't think it was the smartest thing in the world for me just to like just buy these two figures, especially for the price I paid. I think I might have paid $70 for this set, which sounds like a lot. I know, but you know, for me, it's kind of like this dividing the figures, paying $35 a piece, especially considering that Marvel Legends figures nowadays run for about $25 a piece. And since these are exclusives, for me, it's like tacking on $10 onto each figure. But looking back, I kind of wish that I did buy the complete box set. And I don't know, I might be stupid and I might just do that in the future. I don't know, we'll see. But for me, these are the characters I wanted the most, especially this guy right here. Like I said, I'm doing a series of videos based off the X-Men villains, the Reavers. And I just need a Donald Pierce to round out my collection, especially since he's the leader. Alright, let's wrap this video up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued likes, comments, and support. In all honesty, I don't know why I say that because I've disabled my comments, but I'll probably turn them on in the future. You know, we'll see. But I thank you for checking out this video. You know, thanks for just coming by. You know, it means a lot. You know, I enjoy reviewing action figures. Action figures have always kind of been my escape, especially the last 2 years. You know, it's kind of like one of those things where, like, from after a hard, long day at work, I don't mind just decompressing and just, you know, playing with my toys. So I just wanted to share this with you. So I'll see you guys in the next video. So just take care of yourselves. All right, later.